Hi, everybody. Welcome to Under the Plumbob, the podcast where we talk about all things The Sims. Today, you're talking to me, Ava, and Vanity's here. And hey, guess who else is here?
Guess who else is here?
Hello, it's me. Do you recognize my voice?
This is OG Team Cowplant, even though we don't do teams anymore. This is OG Team Cowplant coming back.
Or Team Tangent.
Or Team
Team Salty. Team Choo Choo.
Team Ramble.
It's Mars, y'all. She's here.
And how do we know that we're back? Because we were supposed to start recording 2 hours ago, but we've been just talking about Mass Effect. We've just been talking about all the things for 2 hours and then go, we should probably start recording.
Yeah. That's kind of what we do.
I love how it was me that was like, all right, guys, we're going to do this.
Yep.
We're going to do this.
Yep. Do the thing now. I was like, I have to go pee, and when we come back, we start. And then it still took like 20 minutes for us.
30 minutes later.
Hey, lots of things have been happening, you guys. It's been a crazy time here.
Yeah.
So today we are just gonna do a Fancy Smanchy Ketchup. It's gonna be a ketchup, not catsup. Heinz only.
Yep.
Ketchup time. You don't need no Hunt's over here. I'm not vegan sugar tomatoes.
What the fuck is Hunt's?
Yeah, I don't like Hunt's ketchup, guys.
I don't know what that is. We don't have that.
American thing.
You don't have Hunt's ketchup?
We don't have
Hunt's?
No.
It's sugar.
We have Heinz, and then we have like the store brands. So
Heinz is the best.
That also, is true.
If you ever watch Food That Shaped America or Food That it's a thing. It's on Hulu or History Channel. They talk about how Heinz ketchup came about.
Oh no.
Let me tell you, because basically they were eating all rancid meat back in the day because, refrigeration and shit.
Yeah, no refrigerators.
So people would put, there's this, they called it, some kind of sauce. It was in a green, tinted bottle, so you couldn't see the inside, what was inside the bottle. Oh. And you would put it on the meat to, make the meat more palatable.
Oh.
But, even the sauce was shit. No. And then, so Heinz was, eating dinner with his wife and his brosif one day, and he was like, oh, we can do better. We deserve better. This meat is rancid. If we're going to put something on, at least make it taste good. So he,
if you're eating rancid meat, the bar is pretty low to make it better.
That's what I was thinking.
Just, put anything on it that is not spoiled.
Yeah, but what they were putting in those bottles, they would say on the outside of the label, contains tomatoes, and then inside it's contains,
I don't believe you.
Arsenic or whatever, or my garbage from my living room. So he went into the kitchen and he was like, I'm gonna make tomato sauce, and I'm to put on. He made ketchup, right? And he was like, I'm gonna make it in clear bottles, so you people know what's inside and can trust me. And so the clear bottle that Heinz ketchup is in, that it's hard to get the shit out of, that bottle was made for this reason. And people were like, what? I can see what's inside and I can trust that it's actually ketchup, buying it, and it tastes good, and I'm not going to vomit afterwards, at least not from the ketchup, but probably from the meat. Loving it. And then they also were like, we should probably put in some regulations. Hi, USDA. And that's how the USDA happened, and that's how they figured out that you probably shouldn't let people with rancid meat and put the little letters on the meats and shit. This has been history talk.
I was gonna say that's such a uniquely American thing,
but isn't
rancid meat?
Isn't that also why they thought Lizzie Borden might have tried to poison her family, because the entire family got sick and they thought that she was trying to poison them, but it was just because it was August and they left the mutton out because they didn't have a freezer.
Yes.
They were look, it's probably
literally, yes.
I don't want to defend America. I don't. But let's just talk about this. Let's call a spade a spade. Everyone was eating rancid meat pies. They were doing that shit, the street food and the Middle Ages and stuff like that. They had pie. The reason why they had meat pies was so they could hide what was inside.
Yeah. Pigeon, rat, people.
Soylent Green, y'all.
I guess it's an American solution.
Like, I mean,
rancid meat is here to stay, so let's just throw some shit on it.
We all saw Sweeney Todd. We know what's in those pies.
We all know what's in the meat pies. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh.
Look, we're going to eat spoiled meat. Make it covered in ketchup, which is what
God, just don't eat spoiled meat. Please don't do it.
Right?
I was going to say, like, that makes sense why ketchup tastes because I don't love ketchup. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite thing in the world.
Oh,
don't come for me, ketchup community. It's not my favorite thing.
Can I just say that I love that you're calling it ketchup?
Oh, yeah. I call everything wrong.
No, I miss that about you with legs. Mars.
Hello.
Good time.
When my aunt asks about me, she calls me the pillow girl. How's the pillow girl doing? Because I say pillow and not pillow.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Frustrated.
I saw this TikTok yesterday about this girl who called her Canadian boyfriend on FaceTime to tell him that she was no longer bisexual. And he was like, oh, I mean, what? She's like, yeah, I'm not, but I don't think I'm bisexual anymore. Because, like, I've been dating you for a really long time. So I think I'm only into Canadians now. So I guess that makes me asexual. And I just died.
Dead. On the floor.
I was like,
obsessed.
Canadians. Hey.
I love it.
I sent that to my Canadian friend, and then she sent me an angry emoji.
Just an angry emoji.
And she was like, really? Was like,
how angry was it? Because she's Canadian. Was it?
No, she's fine. It was like,
was it just like the little like line face emoji? That's about the angry she can.
I guess it was more like one eyebrow raised emoji. Like,
really? That's about as angry. It wasn't like a whole red face. It was just like one eyebrow.
It was just an eyebrow. Yep. Just check yourself.
I was like,
check yourself. No. Hey guys, as we had our first
what podcast is this?
Which was done
Steak and Ketchup podcast?
Oh my God, what is this? Like, is this 2020? Are we going off topic again?
Oh my God, I love it.
Hey, welcome to the Ranted Meat and Ketchup podcast.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I'm your host, Vanity.
No. No, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the like recent Sims news and like the time that Mars was on break and now that she's back, so that we get to talk about these things with her and you get to hear her opinions about packs that have come out in the meantime, and like, I don't know, maybe some controversies or whatever that might have happened.
Ooh, some Mars. I just want to know your opinion on the hair.
Oh,
which one? Start naming them.
Because I've been, you, me, and Allie were the ones who are really angry about their hairs, about their ethnic hair they got going on there, and edges.
I'm still waiting for proper blonde, but
oh yeah, even that.
You're gonna get BioWare P blonde, and you're gonna love it. Okay.
If
Never
they give me the next Dragon Age and the only blonde option is Lego yellow again, I'm going to riot.
Look, Dragon Age is like notorious for like, let's give you pea blonde.
Oh, God,
it looks
so
a little bit like urine. You ready?
And it was a little bit dehydrated.
And it's the same kind of yet like blonde. Like you can't see, like they can see me, you people at home can't, but I'm doing air quotes, like blonde that they put on like Nancy Landgrab and like Travis, what's his face, and it's like most of the blonde people that walk around in The Sims have that like Lego brick yellow hair, and I'm just like, I put all your faces on the floor. You got the yellow brick road leading you to Oz.
I mean, Nancy Landgrab could also suck it. So her and what's her name? Fucking the hair.
Fucking turn my power off again.
But something with the hair.
Oh. Judy with the poofy hair.
I hate her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But you guys got better hair, right?
We did.
I love that they got rid of the blue black. They have just a plain black.
So bad. Yeah, the plain black is so much better.
It looks really good. I like the different browns. The skin tones are good. I do like those changes. I think it's one of those like little a little bit too late. Too
Yeah.
little, too late kind
It's
of
like
thing.
you should have done this
Yeah.
a long time ago. Like maybe you should have spoken to the people of color in your community a little bit sooner.
They couldn't find them. They
No,
didn't know they
apparently
existed.
not. Jesus
They've
Christ.
got those like they got the white glasses on.
Yeah.
I only see white people.
Yeah.
And then finally, like a black person was like, "Bam! Hi,
hi, I exist. Hi, did you know that? LOL."
I mean,
Now
to
that I
be
know
fair,
one.
if the white people in the room are like my shade of white, like we do stand out because we glow. But I
mean, put you next to me, and one of us is I'm gonna fade away, and you're gonna glow out.
bad.
So
Can I rant? Can I just for 1 second?
Yes.
We're gonna choo
Yes.
off course again. I went
Yes.
into the makeup store yesterday, right? I cannot for the life of me find a CC cream or a BB cream that like has a tint in it, because even the lightest tint looks fucking Trump orange on me, okay? Cannot do it. So I finally found this Chanel foundation that's like a serum in combination with like little pigment pearls in it, so that it hydrates while it tints, and it's like really nice, and their lightest shade actually fucking matches my skin tone, which is a miracle. So I go into the shop and I'm like, "Can I have this please?" And she's like, "Let me get it for you." She opens the magic drawer. She starts ruffling through the packages. And she's ruffling through the packages. And she's ruffling through the packages, and she's like, "I have every single shade except that one. It's sold out." And her like, "Did everybody? Just because, we didn't go outside for 2 years and now everybody's just like Wonder Bread pale? Is that what happened?"
Yes. Do you see me right now?
it's funny, like flip that, and that's what happens with people with like my skin tone as well. Like I find it's like everybody is like my one skin tone apparently, because nobody else. I'm like,
it's either they don't have your like specific shade, or it's sold out. And that just makes me wonder what the fuck is going on. Like, obviously, you have people with this shade because it's always sold out. So why don't more brands have this particular shade? Like, I have to buy expensive foundation because the drugstore foundations do not have my pasty shade of pale.
Preach. So I think one of two things happens. Either they don't order enough, or that one person comes in and buys like 19 packages.
They had 3 bottles left in their warehouse in Brussels, and the nice lady at the counter ordered one for me, and it should be there on Monday. But then I'm like, I'm in Brussels on Monday. I could have just gone to the shop there. But whatever. She ordered it. It's coming in. But I'm like, are you shit? I have been to 4 different stores.
Maybe you should go to the one in Brussels and just grab a second one.
I went to the store in Brussels and they didn't have it in store, so I'm guessing it was in stock, like in their like magazine.
Can you not just order it from like the Chanel Foundation website or something?
No, they don't have them here in Belgium. Would have to
I mean, isn't Chanel like French?
Yeah.
So Europeanness.
I don't think there's a Chanel.
Europeanness.
Is there a Chanel Belgium? Oh, Chanel.com.
There you go. I like It Cosmetics.
Chanel.br or something?
No.
It Cosmetics CC cream.
We can't get it here.
Yeah, that's like an American thing.
It's too much. It's too heavy. Because I don't want full coverage if I wear foundation. I just want like a bit of a tinted moisturizer.
I use concealer, just concealer.
I think it's Smashbox. I don't remember who it is. It's something in my bathroom. I use theirs.
Yeah, the Smashbox ones is super good.
I use Too Faced. I use their concealer because they go in like a really, really pale one. And this is a conversation that I had with a girl in the store in London, because that's the only place I can get it if I go to London. And I was talking to her and I was like, I saw this highlighting technique that they use, right? You highlight with a shade of concealer that's like 1 or 2 shades lighter than what you have, and you can highlight with that and then like do the contouring and the rest. And I was like, how does one do that when one has the palest shade on the spectrum? Do I just use like correction fluid, or how does one do that? And she was like, I have the same problem. It's not fair.
Well, I was gonna say, and it's hard because I don't know what you have available, but you can get pigment fluids where it's just a blue foundation fluid or a white foundation fluid or orange one or whatever. and then you get whatever foundation you like and you just color correct it, and they're cheap. It's what brand is it? Essence, I think, has them, or some brand that's super cheap. So you can do that. I just don't know. They have it at Ulta here.
I don't trust myself to do that.
Fair. Totally.
What I
fair.
used to do was get like drugstore foundation and just like put some foundation in my moisturizer, but that still didn't look, because then you'd have patches of where like your foundation would be on and then the moisturizer would dry up and then you'd have like patches, and it's just not great.
Yeah. You have to do that with like a brush or something. I've done that with a brush. Like you kind of swirl it in. I used to work at Sephora, so I know like a teeny bit about makeup, but not very much.
I just don't like to have. I love how people have like beautiful faces of makeup. It looks so great. I don't like the feeling of like makeup on my face, like foundation and like that. Like, I use powder because of that. So even using concealer, I'm like.
I have that problem with lipstick. I don't mind a concealer. I don't mind any of that, but I get that with lipstick because my lips, I get like the skins on it.
Yeah,
they peel really easily. Even if I do like a scrub and stuff, they start peeling, and that really annoys me.
So Smashbox has a really good big stain, but so does Beauty Bakery.
Beauty Bakery is real good.
Oh, I love Beauty Bakery.
Hi, this has been Foundation Talk.
Since we're talking about makeup, how do you like the MAC makeup that they added to the game?
Me?
Yeah. Do you like it?
Of course not. Okay. I like that like little balm kind of where the color's only on the inside of the lips. I use that. I do like that they adjusted so the makeup you can mess around with the sliders.
Yeah.
Pretty much like the only time I use makeup in The Sims is if I fuck around with the sliders and make it look normal.
Because like the MAC lipstick to me looks like they just painted it on with a Sharpie.
Yeah, it does. You have to like mess around with it in the sliders. Sometimes they do that with that really heavily overlined lip. I don't remember what pack that came in. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. If I was a more adventurous player, I would like when Realm of Magic came out 20,000 years ago, I messed around with a lot of makeup for my character. But like when I'm just playing fucking like normal family life or whatever, I'm not gonna just have green lines on the Sim's face for no goddamn reason. So
were you still around for a Mosquito? You were, weren't you?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
I was. I didn't buy it at the time. I just recently bought it, and you know, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I like the windows. I use those windows all the time.
I bought it for the photography freelance career, so
yeah, I use that career. I like taking photos and stuff like that. So I got it on sale. The clothes are terrible. Yeah, I got it on sale. I hate the hair too. All the hairs.
Which is all I would buy it for, and because you know I'm a cast queen, so if I can't use the clothes or the hair, fuck you. You're not. You don't. You're dead to me.
Oh, speaking of cast queen, ma'am, have you bought the underwear pack?
You know I haven't yet. Okay.
No.
Tell me. I want to know.
It's fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
It's a little stupid. Well, especially because there is so much good free CC with way better nighties and negligee and stuff like that. So I haven't bought it yet, but I will say I got a new laptop. I haven't transferred my accounts over yet. I have to contact EA support, apparently, is what I learned. I thought I could just transfer it, but apparently not. So,
did you go from Mac to Windows?
No, I just got a new laptop.
So weird.
You should just be able to download. You should be able to download your the Origin or whatever they use now. You should be able to download that and get it and download your stuff. EA.
But not your save files.
Transfer your
save files. Yeah.
Oh, you could just put those on a USB key and transfer them.
Yeah, I need to get a USB. That's okay. So if I just get a USB, I can transfer. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, because that's what I've been struggling with. So I haven't since Christmas. It's January now that we're recording, so I haven't played since Christmas when I got my new laptop. So
it's barely January, guys. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, for like a couple of weeks.
It's the end of January, guys.
Also, two things. One, Ava, is your mic changing colors this whole time?
Oh no, that's the rainbow from my computer case.
Okay, I
That's
was
reflecting
losing my
in
mind.
No, I have a rainbow fan in my case, and my case is rainbow, like has a rainbow strip running through it, and I have rainbow RAM. So that's reflecting into the aluminum of.
I was losing my ever loving.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
it's just
2.
all rainbow.
I forgot 2 because number 1 was so important to me.
Back to the need to make sure I'm not losing my mind. Okay.
Back to the underpants. So no, I have really cute things, but also my Sims are not walking around the underpants enough for me to care.
Like there's no underwear category.
Yes. At least make an underwear category if you're gonna have an underwear pack.
But like, when are you ever letting them walk around in their underwear?
No, only in your home. I'm assuming are you to walk around like fucking San Moschino in your underpants.
Well, and you can use it as a PJ category, which is fine. But okay, if my Sim is a parent, like a full parent with the responsibilities, I'm sorry. Are they really gonna be walking around in lace fucking underwear with their children and pets and family members around?
Good God, I hope not.
Guns out, butt cheeks out. Come on now.
I usually play with multiple generations living in the same house. So I'm like, grandma does not need to see my entire ass right now. Like, that's okay.
I once put my Sims in like, in his boxers and then in like sexy lingerie with heels and like fishnet stockings and stuff. Cause I'm like, let's make some romance happen. And if you add that as an extra outfit category in like the sleepwear, it like changes randomly, just picks what you're going to sleep in that night. And one of these mornings, my Sim child then woke up and mom was standing in the kitchen flipping pancakes and fishnet stockings and hoe heels. So,
I have totally done that. Where I'm like, oh, make it the second one. Yeah. And then they won't wear it as much. And then they decide that's the only outfit they want to wear.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, just once in a while every fucking night. And I'm like, no. So then you have to get rid of it.
I'll be the first to say, I don't slut shame. I don't kink shame. If you want to wear lace in front of your children, I don't care. I'm not a parent. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to parent your children.
I'm not a parent. I'm going to tell you, do not wear fishnet stockings in the kitchen when your kids are coming down for breakfast. Do not do it. Do not do it as a child. I'm telling you, do not do it.
Yeah, that would be pretty shocking. But
does anyone else have problems fitting fishnets on their actual body? Like my toes get caught in the holes and stuff, and I'm just like, it's the most unsexy thing I've ever tried to put on my body.
I'm not even going to try wearing fishnets. I'm going to look like a Christmas ham. We're not going to do that. So.
Not a Christmas ham. No. Well, you got to get like the ones that you got to get the right size. So it's not like sucking you in like in your leg moving out the holes.
They have to be
pretty, for me, like I make the holes wider. But really, though, cottage living was everything for me. Like, it is.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite packs for sure.
Like, I love the decor. Like, it's the only time I made a house. Like, I actually decorated a full house because I wanted to use every piece of decor.
Everything.
All of the. I mean, my girl has chickens. My cottage girl has chickens and shit.
I want chickens. So bad.
She has Henrietta and Betty White.
I called mine Meg.
Meg.
MEGG. Meg.
Meg.
I named when I first got cottage living, I named all of my girls' chickens after billionaires. So I had eggs. How did I name it? It was like Jeffrey Bezos. But it was Jeffrey Eggsos, I think is what I did. Yeah. Egg long Musk. I just did all
not egg long
that.
Musk.
I named
that was before we bought Twitter. This was years ago. So like fuck Musk now. But
I named mine after old Hollywood stars. I had Joan Cluckford and my rooster was Egg Rooster. I had another one. Which was it? It was Joan Cluckford. And then it was something hen. It was with hen.
I had one called Egg Salad.
Yeah. Oh, I also had Nuggy and Pie and Wings and just all of it.
Cute. I love like the chicken.
Henny Lamar! Her name was Henny Lamar! That was it. I can't remember now. I can't. Sorry, go for it.
Henry what?
Henny Lamar instead of Hetty Lamar.
Henny.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love it. I know. I love naming the chickens. Well, and what I like is that gameplay element or whatever is so nice to have, because if you're doing challenges, you make so much money off of the chickens.
True.
And the eggs and stuff. And so if ever I'm playing like a startup challenge or no cheats challenge or whatever, I just throw a couple of chickens and I'm good. Get so much money for the eggs.
I love that pack so much, guys. Just wanted to like throw that out there.
Oh, I love it.
I did it for the Manor Challenge. I used I had my chickens too, because it's just...
Oh, and all the challenges, all the lot challenges are so fun. It just adds such a fun dynamic. I love that pack.
I love that they added that, like the whole challenge element of it. It made it so like you don't feel like you're just like loading up my Sims and I guess I'm gonna have a family again.
Yeah, I love that you have to like make all the food. You can't just buy it, you know. That stuff is really cool. That was a smart idea.
I still wish they'd bring back the grocery store, but you know, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I think that's their like compromise with the grocery store, is having the cottage living stuff. But hey, I guess I'll take it.
I do like that fact that they can deliver groceries, but I was playing the Inherited Manor Challenge, and I did one of the Henford on Bagley, one of the errands, and I got a free delivery coupon. So I was like, I'm gonna use it. It's great. Yeah, they came to deliver my grocery order, and I didn't see them in time, so they were like, "Oh, we just left it on your lot. Still haven't found it." I finished the challenge. Oh, no. Finished the challenge. Still haven't found it. It's somewhere.
That's awesome.
Somewhere on the lot.
The mechanics of it is a little weird. Like the first time I played it, I didn't understand, because you have so many options. You click the bag and it's like, serve now, put away, put over here, put in inventory. I'm like, I don't know which one to choose. Like, silly.
Let me tell you how sometimes I forget things were in my inventory, and I forgot to like, or like a sim would be like putting something in the fridge, like a leftovers, but then like would get interrupted and do something else, so it goes into the inventory instead.
Yeah.
And then you'd have like spoiled food, or they pack lunch for work. And then I guess they didn't eat it or something or whatever. So then they've got like this.
Fortunately, they do give you the option if you click on the sim. It's like, clean out spoiled food. Yeah, get rid of all the gross, nasty, rotting food in your pockets, please.
I do wonder, like, is it in a bag somewhere? Is it in a pocket? Is it? Do you just like walking around?
Then it reminds me of when I was a little kid and I was in elementary school, and my mom would put like, you know, my sandwiches wrapped in like tinfoil in my school bag, and she put like an apple or a pear or a mandarin in there, and it would get smooshed.
Oh.
And she would have to take it out because she's like, Did you eat your pear today? And I was like, I had a pear? I'll find a pear. And then she just like reached into my bag and went like, oh, just pear, just smashed pear everywhere. Didn't know what
I was talking to somebody about like little kid stuff, but you know, remember like when you were a kid and you'd like your parents like, or you'd pack a lunch for school and it'd be like ham and cheese sandwich, and then like you'd bite into it and like the top part of the bread would get stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So you're just like
when my mom put it in like tinfoil instead of in my bread box, it would get smooshed eventually, and then you'd have like a sandwich that used to be this, and it was like smooshed into that.
Yes,
because it was just like, it was so thin, and it just get stuck everywhere.
I wouldn't eat it. I have a texture problem, so I wouldn't eat it. I would like, I'm gonna do this away, and then my friend would be like, I want it, and I'm like, well, I will have your food then.
I love that. That's squishy.
Yeah,
I do that now. If I make sandwiches, I squish them like down to make them.
I put potato chips on my sandwiches.
Ooh, I love doing that.
One of the things that they gave me in Ireland, and my Irish friends were like, have you ever had a tato sandwich? And I was like, excuse me, what? And they put the tato chips on bread with butter, and they're like, has to be sour cream and onion. It has to be cheese and onion. The cheese and onion chips. I put that on like bread with butter, and then put another slice of bread on and just go. One of the greatest things in the world.
Butter, yeah. No.
Trust me, has to be buttered. One of the greatest things in the world.
I just would be like, you know, ham or bologna or whatever, because you know.
No. Just butter and chips.
Nah, ham, whatever meat, cheese.
Nope. Trust me.
Mustard.
Trust
crunch,
me.
Mustard, crunch.
No, trust me. Butter, chips, bread. When they told me about that, I was like, No, that's disgusting. Try it. Tried it. So good. And I have never been able to have it again because they don't sell potato chips here, and it's so much better with the potato chips.
Wait, hey, are you talking about, like, are you trying to say potato chip?
No,
or is
no,
it
the brand
Tato
Tato.
chip?
It's a brand called Tato.
Do they have like Lay's?
They have they have Lay's, but Tato is an Irish brand. It's Tayto. They even have a theme park.
Oh.
They have a Tato. They have a Tato theme park. Although I think it's closing down. It's in Ulster.
You got that sour cream and onion chips don't exist over there. Also some other flavors don't exist, and I thought that was weird.
Barbecue.
I entirely miss the roast chicken flavored chips, and I'm really sad that when I went to Victoria in December, I definitely got myself some different. I got the all dressed chips.
Tato had a chocolate bar with.
Oh, I've had that.
Those are good. I've had that too. I had that at the Alaska State Fair.
I thought it was weird, but it was real good.
Okay, let's segue this because I thought about this to the food. All the new food that they got.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I like that. I'm very happy about that. And I love that they tell you the story and like the origin of the food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy about that, especially as like a Puerto Rican person. I love seeing all the different Hispanic foods. Yeah.
They added so many things. Like even to the I think they added a whole bunch of like Brazilian foods and stuff as well to the grill, which was really
Indian
nice.
food. Oh my god, I was so happy when they added Indian food. That's like my fucking favorite.
And the Korean food. The Korean food. Me and Julie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
We're gonna have another cooking episode coming up in the future because I was like, you have to do another cooking episode because I want to do. So we're having another cooking episode, and I might try to make one of the Korean dishes.
Yeah.
Do they have musubi in there? Because I can make that.
Spam musubi?
Yeah.
That's so good.
They do.
It's so good. I couldn't remember if it was in the game or not.
I have a can of Spam in my pantry for that specific recipe to make Spam musubi.
It's super good. And I bought the little I bought the little molds.
Yeah, the molds
to make it. And then I bought the molds to make onigiri.
Oh, I have onigiri molds too. They're so good. Onigiri is one of my.
So there's this restaurant over by me. It's called Here, and it's an Asian restaurant, which is hilarious. I'm like, oh, you want to go here? Like where? I'm like, to Here, and like the restaurant.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they have something called it's Here chips and salsa, and it's fried like not rice paper, but like a
wonton.
The wonton, wrapper? Thank you. The wonton wrapper.
Yeah,
that's the chips. And then the salsa is actually like a spicy tuna, like diced tuna mix.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking good. It's not shredded. It's like actual like diced pieces of tuna and like mixed over, and it's super good. So I usually get it and I never finish it all because I get it with my actual meal. And I take that mix, the leftover mix, because it has avocado, all kinds of, and I put it inside to make onigiri. 10 out of 10.
Love that.
Because I put it in my mold. Oh, it's so good.
Love that.
I just love how they call it their chips and salsa, but it's wontons and spicy tuna.
Yeah.
One of the things I absolutely love making now is like Vietnamese spring rolls, because you like use the right rice paper and then stuff it with like the rice noodles and then veggies and some prawns or whatever leftover meat scraps you have or protein scrap, whatever you want to put in there. And then I make a peanut sauce, but I add a little bit of gochujang to it for a kick.
I love gochujang.
So good. So
Me
good.
too.
I use it a lot more now because I'm trying to build my spice tolerance, but I cannot find gochugaru anywhere for the life of me. I have to order it online.
Oh yeah.
I'll put it in the snack box. I have a whole H bar up here. Oh, speaking of that, remember this? I'll never forget. So you guys were not, as the audience here, Ava and I sent each other snack boxes. I sent her some like Texas foods, and she sent me some Belgian foods, and it was great. She sent me hot sauce. She tried to kill me. I sent her some hot sauce, right? I think it was like Valentina or something like that. One of them.
I still have some.
And like, she was sending me of her doing it, and I watched her in the snap. Like she had this like thing of like it was like
I think it was a prawn. It was a prawn, and I dipped the entire prawn in it.
She was just dipping, just pouring it, and I'm like, it's like because it's on a live video, I can't stop her. And then the next snap was her putting it in her mouth, and I'm like, oh my god.
You were at the hairdresser, because you told me your hairdresser was looking at it going like, oh no, is she going to put that in her mouth?
I love it.
We were all watching.
Spoiler alert.
She
did put it in her mouth and she died.
It was like watching a car crash that you know is coming, but you can't stop it. So you're just watching it. Each snap will get more and more severe. I was just like, oh god, no.
Just tears and snot everywhere. It was very, very elegant.
Oh, this smells really good. This smells good. Oh,
it was just bright red.
The first snap after she ate, oh, that tasted really good. The next snap was like her whole face was red. She's like fucking crying, and I was just like,
oh god.
Do you still have that? Did you eat it all?
No, I still have some.
Like never again.
I use it very sparingly.
Oh, that was so funny. It was funny. If I really wish I could had the ability to have saved those snaps because it was the funniest progression of things I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
like
wow.
Just a
I love it.
It reminds me of you know how like in The Sims when they do the spicy ramen challenge or whatever.
Oh yeah, the spicy curry challenge.
Curry challenge. Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of. Like she's eating it, you just like I can see the steam coming out of her ear.
I love that. I always give my Sims the Spice Hound because I am a Spice Hound. Like we did with my husband's family, we did the Hot Ones challenge where you do the little hot sauce. So his family was like, we need to put on chips because they're all Midwestern people. You know, we love them, but they're Midwestern people. So they were like, let's put on chips and that's not so spicy. So I lost one of the challenges. I eat one. I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. It tastes good or whatever. Next challenge goes through. My husband eats the chip. He is crying. He's sweating. He's sobbing. Other family members start doing it. They're crying. They're sweating. They're sobbing. I'm sitting there like, this is not spicy, you guys. They're like, no, you're the weird one. I'm like, no, I'm not. You all are just very Midwestern.
So we bought that game. I bought that game for Philip's uncle, his birthday. And we haven't played it yet because we need a group of people to play it with.
It's super fun.
Everybody's all nervous about it.
It's really inappropriate though.
You guys have to come to Europe and I'm going to take you guys to London for the day. And we're going to go to Nando's. And you guys
I love Nando's!
You guys can have the wings roulette.
We can have the cheeky Nando's.
You can have the wings roulette.
Lads.
I want to try Nando's so bad. I've heard such good things about it.
It's so good. I had it for the first time. I went to visit my friend in April, like end of April, beginning of May. Went to visit my friend in London after like 2 years of COVID lockdowns. And she was like, we arrived and she was like, what do you want for lunch? And I was like, Nando's. Take me to Nando's. Take me to Nando's right now. So we had Nando's and it was great.
The second time I went to London for my 30th birthday, we had Nando's and my best friend loved her to death. She's a pale woman. And she's got that pale woman problem, you know, the fact that she can handle spice.
Yeah.
And so she wasn't a huge fan of Nando's. I, other hand, was like, this shit's great.
The peri chips are so good.
Oh, those are the ones I want to try. I hear so much stuff about that.
There's a Nando's in DC.
Fuck me. Their corn on the cob is the best corn on the cob.
The closest they opened up a Nando's in the States.
It's only in DC?
Hold on. I think
God, I don't know if I ever want to go to DC. I've heard trying to drive around there is terrible.
Oh, it's trash.
If you're from DC, let me know.
It's trash. Yeah, so they have in Washington, D.C., Virginia, Maryland, and Chicago.
Oh,
wait, there's one here!
What?
I was actually planning to visit Caitlin this year in September, but that's fallen through.
Oh,
why?
Because my kitchen ended up being more expensive than I had anticipated. And hotels right now, flights and hotels right now are expensive as fuck. Like she was very graciously like she had offered to put me up, which I would have accepted, but it still would have cost me like nearly $1,000 to fly there. And it's just like I'm renovating my kitchen in April, and I need to like rebuild my emergency fund because that
Mhm.
got wrecked completely. So yeah, not this.
Well,
year.
if you ever want to come to Tejas, I'll have a guest room. We can
Man,
get
if I ever, I was gonna visit my friend in Florida. She was gonna take me to Hogwarts and Disneyland. But that is also not a possibility because she didn't have anywhere to put me up, so I would have to also get accommodations, and that would have cost me like for like a week and a half. It would have cost me over $2,000 just to sleep somewhere, and I was like, Jesus Christ, no. So I don't
Especially
know if
all
I've
those
ever.
hotels right there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she lives in like a really fancy part of Florida, like the area where I think it's near, was it Anna Maria Island or Mariana Island or like somewhere really fancy. And yeah, like a week and a half in a hotel it would have cost me over
I've never been to
$200,000,
Florida, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it's supposed to be real fancy. Speaking of Florida, Florida has sand, has a coast. What do you think of the wedding world?
Oh, the wedding stories, my wedding stories. You know,
I didn't buy it after all the shit I heard in the group chat about it. I didn't buy it.
oh, so you haven't bought it?
No, because you should have seen the group chat explode.
So I pre-ordered it before everything, so I got it.
Yeah.
I will say I have the mod from Sims Carl. Yep. I have his mod. So I pretty much got that mod the second I started playing it because he made it right away. So I haven't experienced a ton of the issues because I had that mod. But the cast is a little lacking. I wish there was more. I mean, there's like one or two outfits for the male or whatever you want to say, masculine figure, which is annoying. I hate that the veil isn't separate. I hate that there's hair that isn't like the clips and everything isn't separate. I wish they had just made a plain one. Like, luckily, CC creators come in clutch. I love all of them who did that. I've downloaded all of those, but that's annoying. It's just that it felt very slapped together. For me, I call that the like COVID pack. You know what I mean? That's like everyone's at home, everyone's trying to figure it out, and that's the COVID pack.
Do you know who did a COVID game well? Looking at you, Gearbox. Tiny Tina Wonderland was made completely during COVID, and it is chef's kiss. It's so good. That.
I got burned by Borderlands 3, and I haven't touched anything Borderlands 3.
Okay, so we're playing Borderlands 3, and I hated it at first, but then once I got the new Xbox and then my new TV, it actually works way better. It's definitely optimized for better graphics, and not playing it on the One was not so great. Playing it on my Xbox X is great. But I got my boyfriend into playing all the Borderlands, so we got Tiny Tina after we finished the pre-sequel. We played Tiny Tina, and no. Whichever one Roland died in.
I was playing.
So we played that, and it was so great. Tiny Tina's is also great because it deals with if you played the DLC for Tina in after Roland died, themed one. Yes, which is it's the same thing. Bunkers and badasses. That's what it is. Yeah. But I loved how that dealt with grief, because how much she was grieving over Roland.
I can't deal with that right now because I'm still in the process of grieving. So I couldn't watch Black Panther 2 because of that, because people were like, "Oh, if if you're dealing with grief, like maybe don't watch this." And I was like, "Cool, thanks for telling me."
I made the horrible mistake of watching that movie the day before my dad's anniversary, so I was a gross ass.
Oh no!
Mess. I'm sitting in the chair and I'm just like.
It's probably going to take me a couple of years before I can watch it.
I will say this though, what I did like about Black Panther is Wakanda Forever, is that it showed grief, especially from a woman, not as just sad. It showed the anger, the rage, the irrational anger that you feel during that grieving process, because it's Shuri's anger is she wants to blow the entire world up. She's that angry.
Yeah.
And I felt seen. Because that's how you feel.
It's true.
Like, you're not just sad. You're fucking pissed at the person, at the world, at the air, at your foot.
Yeah. Exactly.
I
had zero anger. I still have zero anger. I had guilt. Just massive guilt.
I had anger, and then I had guilt because of the anger, but I had sheer unadulterated rage, and it's because for me it was very sudden and abrupt, and
same.
I felt anger towards different people, towards towards everybody, towards myself. Like, it was just, it was ridiculous, but I liked it because it showed that part of it, because not everybody may feel that, but it is a part that's never usually shown.
Well, I think that's exactly right. The ugly part,
especially from a woman. You know, they want to show just the wallowing and sad and Bella style crying about.
They just show the single tear, looking at a sad photo, listening to sad music,
eating ice cream and curled a ball in your bed, which is great. That also
which is that's valid. There's so many ways to grieve.
No, and I'm still dealing with the guilt. Can't do it.
Therapy helped me deal with a lot of things.
Oh yeah, my therapist is trying to get me through it, but like it's because
it takes some time.
Because my grandma died that I was able to buy this house. So like I am confronted with that every day, and she's like, "You have nothing to feel guilty about because it's what your grandmother would have wanted."
She would have wanted you, exactly.
I know that, but I still feel guilty.
It's like, you know it, but you don't feel it. It doesn't feel connected to you.
And the worst part of all is that literally 5 minutes down the street is the retirement home she would have ended up in. So I was like, if I was living here and she was there, I could have gone to see her every day. I could have walked Alfie past her, blah, blah, blah. I could have done all of that. But then I was like, if she was there, I wouldn't be here.
I don't know. I had to reconcile a lot of shit with myself. But for me, it's been 2 years now, which is like a blink of an eye, but it does move you past. It does. Hate that thing. Time makes everything better, because it doesn't. It does help you not feel so fresh. Like, you don't feel so. You don't. It doesn't. It doesn't like
take away the pain. No. It just dulls it. And
it's still. I call
from time to time, it just like surges up. You're like, oh right, that's a thing that happened. Then you feel miserable all over again.
If you ever had surgery, and you know when you finish surgery, everything is raw and it hurts, and then like as it gets better, like if you touch it, your scar hurts, but it's not so bad. And then as you move on, you get those phantom shooting pains in that scar randomly at random times. I'm in that part. I'm in the phantom shooting pains randomly for no reason.
Yeah,
usually around Shark Week. Or like big days like Father's Day, birthday, things like that. I'm like, and we're dead. Holidays in general, but other than that, it's fine. It's not fine, but you know what I mean. Back to the wedding stories. I did not like it. Not that I didn't like it. I watched gameplay of it, and I wanted to be about it, but I didn't like weddings in The Sims to begin with, because no one ever showed up. No one ate my buffet table. If they did show up, no one sat down. No one, like, it never went the way it was supposed to. So I was like, what is the point of you?
Yeah. I like the world. I like the world.
Isn't it just a venue world?
No, I haven't. Really I haven't played it since.
It's nice. Okay, I like it for photos. I like it for vacation. I'll put a rental on there. But I just wish there was more stuff. I wish they had like special fruits or special unlockable things. They do, but not a lot. I wish there were more special things to do around the world. They have like maybe 2 like fun things to do. And one of the things I hate is that stupid lot that's on an island. I like that lot. Yeah. But to walk from that lot to anywhere else in the world is extremely long, extremely inconvenient, and I wish they had made that mechanic better. You know, there's just a lot of
So basically, it's the Vampires world all over again.
Yeah. No, Vampires world's smaller, so it doesn't take so long.
But it sucks either way.
Yeah,
I hate that world. That world is also useless.
Yeah,
that whole world is useless. Yeah. Also, Ugh, Glimmerbrook, useless.
Yeah, Glimmerbrook is useless.
Nope, I'll fight you on that. It's beautiful.
Again, I wish there was more to do. It's like it's at level 10. And it's like, can we get to 50? You know what I mean? Can we get a little bit more going on in this world? Because it's very lackluster.
I mean, come on, guys. Let's be fair. They can't all be San Myshuno, where you have like food stalls and everything.
Yes.
This is why city living is the best.
It is. And even university
ever made.
Excuse me? Snowy Escape. Fuck you.
Or Snowy Escape. Oh, I love
I spend more time in Mount Komorebi than I do in San Myshuno.
I will give it this. I will give it this. Both are top tier, okay? Both are top poached egg status.
In my head, they're like the same.
Like, I feel like
they're in the same world.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'm like, if you just keep going south a little bit, there's San Myshuno.
I feel
Vampires is like scalloped potatoes.
Oh, God.
What?
I don't know what that is. I like San Myshuno, but I love Mount Komorebi because you can go on hikes.
I know. And the world is so full. There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. The festivals, the things to do. I will say, it is getting a little ridiculous, all of the announcements, which I'm sure you all agree with.
Oh my God.
There's a cheerleading competition. Yeah. There's a fire festival. There's this. It's like
all on the same day. It's like, fuck me. I get it.
I wish I could turn that off for different neighborhoods. Like, there's sometimes I'm in fucking
tried so hard to figure that out. I was like,
yeah, I'm in Brindleton Bay with a single young adult, and it's telling me to go to the football competition. I'm like, I shouldn't go to the football competition. I am an adult. You don't want me there. I don't have kids.
You are telling my single male adult sim to go to cheerleading practice?
Yes.
I think he might be arrested, but okay.
Yes, it's like, unless I have a child or a teen in the thing, then why are you telling me this? I even had like an elder one time. I literally had an elder sim in my Not So Berry challenge, and she's getting all the notifications, and I'm like, she's never had kids. First of all, she's a trans person, never had kids, fucking living her best life being a fucking cottagecore queen. Yes. And you're telling me to go to look at the cheerleaders. She's never been around a child. Like, she was her own person. She was living her best life. She escaped from a crazy family. I'm telling you, this Not So Berry challenge got fucking crazy. But I'm just like, it's so funny to me that like they put those announcements in, or like the child festival, the light festival for children over in Mount Columbia. I'm like, you don't have kids.
Can we, okay, so real quick, I want to just, I found this. I was trying to figure out what all the packs were since you had been here. And I feel like I want to, so, okay, I'm going to give you the game and I want you to tell me what you think the Metacritic score is out of 100, okay? The expansion pack, ready?
Okay.
Okay. All right, get to work. What number out of 100 do you think I got?
Oh God, low. It's broken. It doesn't even work half the time. Out of 100?
Out of 100, what do you think?
40? 48? No. Lower? Right. 36?
Ava?
24?
73.
Oh, no.
Nothing in here got below a 70, so keep that in mind.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right, get together.
73.
71.
72. You guys danced around it.
Oh.
City living, and this one pisses me off. Go ahead.
I mean, that should be like 90, but
85.
70 fucking 8.
No.
You're
not playing it right.
You're not playing it right. You're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong.
Cats and dogs.
Oh, how did that get above 70?
No, I love cats and dogs.
I do too.
I love cats and dogs. I know. I'm aware of its failures. I know it's a disappointment, but I love the world. I love the furniture.
Failures.
I do. I'm aware. The clothes are all shit. Like, I'm very aware of it, but I love that pack.
But you get the bay window.
Yes. I love.
All right, I guess that does make up for it a little.
Okay, so cats and dogs. What do we think?
I would say pretty high, like 80.
76.
80.
80.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so seasons.
Oh, I like seasons. That's
I
gonna
like
be high.
seasons too.
80,
It had a lot of
85.
gameplay. It adds
It
a
did.
lot of gameplay.
It added a
Yeah.
fucking calendar, guys. Come on.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 88.
Yeah,
81.
I'm gonna say
81?
okay.
Okay, get famous.
Oh, I don't like that one.
Fuck you, Judy.
Yeah, no. Judy can go fuck herself. 70.
So hard.
75.
77.
What?
The only thing that saves get famous is what is the blue haired girl's name? I forgot her name.
Oh, Vanessa?
Gemma? Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Only one that saves it.
Yeah,
All
she's
right.
cool.
Island living.
Oh, I do like
So
island
first
living.
of all, I love island living.
I do love
mermaids,
island living.
Johnny people. Island living.
I do like island living. I just
I would
like
say in the
living in a
90s.
tropical. Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe an 89.
84.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Which is the highest so far, by the way. Discover University.
Oh, my favorite pack. I know how shitty it is, but I fucking love that pack.
You can't finish a degree unless you turn off aging.
Yep.
And you fucking
That honestly broke it for me. The fact that you can't finish a degree
Yeah.
without putting on
before
like,
you
the
age
long
up,
aging.
there's no
Yeah.
fucking way. You have
There's
to turn
no
off
way.
aging.
It's so ridiculous.
Is that
It's so
like a
ridiculous, but I love it.
metaphor to show that like the college experience ages you by decades, just like in a year? Or I don't know.
Well, I love that. You can't even arrive to class on time if you live on
Mm-mm.
campus because of the fucking way it's laid out. It's like the buildings are not that far away, but you have to go through 75 different stairs or fucking up and down these hills.
And if you go to like Foxbury Institute, you have to walk up like a gajillion stairs to get there.
I just made
Mm-hmm.
I made my sim camp out outside.
I do too.
My Sims need to be spellcasters so they can use their fucking broom to get there.
My sim just camped outside.
I have them buy the little chair, the like tent chair from the university thing, and then I just have them sit and work on homework outside of the building. And then when class starts, they just go. Like literally, I will do whatever I need to do to play that pack because I love it that much. But and the cast,
you loved the bikes.
Oh, the bikes.
So what number do you think it's at, guys?
100.
78.
Mars votes 100.
78.
It's at 81.
Oh wow.
All right.
Good.
So eco lifestyle. Fucking
oh my god. 7.
I thought I was gonna love that pack so
Me
much.
too.
But the amount of bullfuckery it gives you.
Oh my
fucking
god.
eco score on your damn house.
I like the candle making.
I like the candle
The
making.
fizzy juice can go fuck itself. That never works for me.
Absolutely. No. And I like the gardens. I like the wall gardens.
Yes, the vertical. Yes, I like that too.
I also hate the entire town.
I hate the world. I hate the cats.
I hate the world too, but in general.
I hate the meat wall.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh no, we don't talk about the meat wall. We don't talk about the meat wall.
I've never played with that mechanic, and I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. The bugs.
The bugs, and if you have like the neighborhood action plan where it's like the green where you're like gardening and stuff, it doesn't register as complete unless you have one of those bug houses. So you need to be raising grubs if you want to pass that neighborhood action plan. If you don't have one, you just no. Never mind the fact that you got a goddamn fully grown cow plant on your lot. No. You need a box full of worms before they'll let you. No. God damn you.
I just wish you could turn off. I do that. I turn off the neighborhood action plans. They still go.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. It still does it.
Like if the NPCs don't vote, they just randomly generate one
Yeah, and then I have to go in and repeal it every week. It's so annoying.
I cheat that out. out.
Yeah, you have to. It's
I
unplayable.
I do not want everyone in the neighborhood to walk around with paper bags on their head for some weird reason.
Yes. And they have free love or they have the stealing one. So you go to venues and there's no furniture in there. And you're like, I hate all of you. Or you have fucking Nancy Lab Grab making out with some whoever, and you're like, because free love is on. And then you have everyone cheating on each other, and it's like, oh my god, I can't.
I had Nancy Lab Grab
come
in and take my goddamn laptop. Like, bitch, you don't need it. You can buy one.
Yes.
You own them. I think this is a land grab Technology, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was doing the Manor challenge, I actually encountered a bug. I got the prank call where they're like, "Oh, we're the land grab power company. We're gonna shut your power down for 48 hours. Are you prepared?" And the thing is, if you say that you're prepared, they're like, "Oh, it was just a test. We're not gonna do it." I didn't know that, so I was like, what?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, just deal with it." And then they shut your power off for 48 hours. But so you get a moodlet. Right? That's like, "Oh no, I'm stressed because my power is going out." And I was like, well, if my power is going out, I can't do anything in my manor to make money or whatever. So I'm just going to take a vacation to Mount Komorebi. I'm going to ski my little hair out and I'm going to come back and my power will be back on. No, you can't do that. You can't leave your lot for 48 hours because the bug is if that moodlet expires and you're not on the lot where the power went out, it basically just does not register that it's supposed to end. So you go back to your lot and like your power comes back on, shuts back off. Comes back on, shuts back. I literally had this like it would come on for a couple of sim minutes and then shut back off. Couldn't do my laundry. Couldn't do my fucking laundry. It just shut off on constantly. You know what I had to do to fix it? I had to delete my mailbox and buy a new one.
That is such a Sims thing. It
is.
That is so Sims.
Yep.
Delete the mailbox.
Yep.
Eco lifestyle. What did we say our vote for that was?
70.
2. Y'all, a fucking 82. It's
the
second highest behind Island Living, and they are fucking bitches for that.
No. Did you see the hair, the quote unquote curly hair, which just looks like a crimped bed sheet? I don't even know what the fuck that hair is.
There's a meat wall and dumpster diving. None of that. I'm not gonna be a fucking freakin'. All right.
Oh yeah, when they were like about the woohoo that you could do in the dumpster, I was like, why would you even want to?
Yeah.
How is that appealing to anyone? Like, I'm asexual. Sex is yucky for me anyway. I think it's gross, but to do it in a dumpster?
It's like add to the yuckiness.
I just feel like there's juices in there you don't want on
your yes, exactly.
Don't like that word.
Garbage juice. Like, do I want garbage juice on my body while I'm naked? No,
I don't even want it in my own garbage, and I push the garbage down, and I'm like, oh god, there's some juice in here, and it's my garbage. All right, Snowy Escape.
Oh, I hope that one got more. I'm gonna say 85.
92.
80.
Oh.
It got lower than Eco.
Some biased.
I'm like, who the fuck is Metacritic? And you guys are lies.
Yeah.
Okay. Cottage Living.
Oh, if that didn't get in the 90s, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm saying 93.
88.
80.
Burn Metacritic to the ground.
80?
Yeah.
How did Eco Lifestyle get more than Cottage Living?
It's the most boring gameplay. It's like, here's some bugs and some juice. Yeah, and some meat walls. There's your gameplay. How about skiing and raising chickens and growing gardens? That's way more fucking interesting.
Don't forget the cows.
And the cow.
Also, hello, have we forgotten the gift to Simmers everywhere that is fucking Agnes Crumplebottom?
Oh my god. The treasure.
For her alone, this pack should have a 90.
I agree.
TM. Purse.
TM.
And then finally, I actually do not have this pack, and it's because I took a hiatus from playing for a hot second, and now I'm not sure if I want to get it or not, and I'm not sure yet. I mean, I want to because it's like Generations, kind of, but also, I don't know. High school years.
If you're talking about high school years, there's nothing like Generations. Don't kid yourself.
No, nothing.
But I wanted prom.
You want weekly prom?
If it were. Yeah, weekly prom. Weekly prom.
Fucking weekly prom.
If
what
it were.
The fuck were they thinking? I literally... Okay, we need to talk about high school years.
I still won't buy it because apparently I shouldn't, according to y'all. But tell me all about it and if I should buy it.
Okay, so it has issues.
Yeah.
It has issues. And like for me, one of the things... It's also still kind of broken.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to after school activities. Like if I want to send my sim to like after school, they're like, oh, like in an hour, the after school activity like cheerleading or football or whatever is going to start. And then you have to like go there. And then it goes to the loading screen. But then it goes to loading screen, and then your sim ends up at home, and they haven't done the activity because they got a negative performance for it.
Yeah.
So it does
There's
not
a lot
work.
of that. You also can't get your grades up attending school every day. You have to send them alone at least one day to get the next grade level up.
And if you want to pass the exams, you have to study.
Yeah. Yeah.
Episode of 142. Allie, Caitlin, and Julia do a deep dive in high school years. Episode 142 guy. But I don't know. That's the one pack. Normally I'm like a pack bitch, but like
the thing that's really hard is I feel like when we used to be on the podcast, right? We'd say, oh, just wait a couple of months, wait for the bugs to get worked out, wait for mods to come out to fix it. But I feel like we can't even say that anymore because now we know they're working on Sims 5, Raya, whatever that is. We know they're working on that. So we know they're not, I mean, we see it. My Wedding Stories is still broken. When did that fucking come out?
They're about to give it the Sims 3 treatment.
What bothers me the most about My Wedding Stories, like what doesn't, like I don't even care about the aisle walking. I knew they weren't going to put their butts in seats, but I was promised the opportunity to make wedding cakes and be able to sell them to bakeries and make money off of it, and I cannot do that.
Yes.
And I am you cannot believe how fucking salty I am about that.
No, that was one of the reasons I wanted to buy it too, because I had my whole idea. I'm like, I'm gonna make a girl. She's gonna be a single girl, unlucky in love, unflirty, but she's a super talented baker and she makes wedding cakes for people. Like I had a whole canon.
For some people it works.
It doesn't work for me.
It doesn't. And like they were all, I know Lil Simsy did a thing about it, like, can you make money selling wedding cakes? And it didn't work for her either. And then she was like, oh, I have to, like, some people said she had to change her counters or it had to be a certain like quality. No, I did all of that. Doesn't work. Does not work.
No, it doesn't work.
And don't even think about fucking selling them on a market because you can't do it either.
No. Well, it doesn't even work when you sell in your inventory half the time either. It doesn't even go in the inventory. It just disappears into the ether. And you're just like,
fucking broken.
All right, I guess my last 2 hours were for nothing. Cool, thanks.
I have never been more, it's not even annoyed anymore. Like, I'm legitimately angry that this doesn't work, because like this is something I really want to be able to do. I know it's like, it sounds stupid. This is really something that I want to be able to do, and I can't do it. And I paid money for this pack, and it doesn't work, and it pisses me off.
And the thing with Discover University, yes, the mechanics are a little bit broken, but in my mind, we have so much cast, we have so much build by, we have so much other mechanics to the game that I can work around it. You know what I mean? I can make it work for me. I can use a little bit of cheats to get people there faster or age off or whatever. So for me, it's worth it to accommodate it. But My Wedding Stories is not, the world is not interesting enough. The cast is not good enough. And they had a Greece themed world, and that is the build by they came up with. It's almost like stereotypically bad.
There is one thing in it that I do like, and that's like all of the necklaces, because it has like a little pixel heart and a little sword on it that gives me Legend of Zelda vibes. That I like.
I do like the jewelry in high school years.
One of the kits or something like that actually had better like wedding or Greek themed like things than the fucking, was it one of the kits or one of like the little like
Desert Oasis
like that. Well, yeah.
Desert Oasis, probably. That one is
I was just like
crazy good. Did you guys download Desert Oasis for free?
I did.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'd already bought it. So.
It's good.
That is like shockingly beautiful, the Desert Oasis. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I made a whole house like devoted to it. I was like zooming in on everything. I'm like, it's all so beautiful. Oh my god.
Okay, let's talk about the kits. What is your opinion on kits?
I think kits are a product of COVID. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I think it's, and I actually have, secret information. I have a friend who is actually trying to work at The Sims. But she knows several people who work there, and they send her game codes and stuff like that. I'm not saying anything. I'm not naming names, boba. But And they will text her and say, oh, I made this item in this pack, and oh, I did this. So I think they have a good group of people who are extremely talented and are really good at making objects. And so I think they got those people together and they're just busting these kits out because they have so many talented designers, you know? So I get why they're doing kits, but I wish they would, like, literally just fix the fucking game.
Yep.
You know, I get whatever you want to do with kits, whatever. I wish you could sort them. That would be nice. I wish they were separated out so I could sort them by kit and not
That
just
would
by
also be
kits.
nice.
I wish that anytime they had an update, they gave a little icon to show, hey, this is the new item.
Yeah. This is what's new in here.
Those shouldn't be
wishes.
I wish you could see my face right now. I'm just like staring at the camera like, are you kidding me? There's a lot of like quality of life stuff that the Sims just the team, the devs, whoever just doesn't do. And I don't know if it's because it's not possible or it's more complicated. I
was kind of indifferent to kits until they came out with Bust the Dust.
I have not thought that
if you want to, like, I don't mind playing with that mechanic. Like, it's nice to have to, like, you know, keep your house clean. What bothers me, however, is that they basically pulled my first pet stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to use it in combination with the off the grid challenge, you can't, because the vacuums do not work if you don't have power. You cannot clean your dusty ass house if they do not have, and that's what I was like, that's what we've been saying, is like, you have the broom models in the game for the spellcaster brooms. Like, could you not give us a functional broom?
They even have a broom in Laundry Day. They have a broom.
Yeah, it's hanging there on the wall, but apparently your sim doesn't know how to use it. If it doesn't suck it up, apparently it does not. No, yeah.
I will say this. Well, I love the fact that they added that whole, but sometimes I just don't want to fucking have my sim clean her house, right?
Yeah.
You can turn it off, which is nice.
I'm just really annoyed by it. I didn't know you could turn it off, and now I need to figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's in gameplay settings or pack settings, one of the two. You can turn it off, because I played an off the grid challenge and I had to turn it off.
Between that and laundry.
Especially now, when I played the Inherited Manor challenge, that house is fucking huge. I could not vacuum that entire house. Had to turn it off. And someone, like, in the FAQ asked them, like, yeah, what about, like, if you have Bust the Dust, can you turn it off? And she was like, honestly, I don't have that kit because it sounded I don't have it, so you don't have to use it.
That's why I didn't get it, because I knew I was going to have the mechanic turned off. And I'm like, so why am I buying it? You know what I mean?
So, like, I feel this way, like I said, when the Laundry Day pack came out, and then now you have to do...
Yeah, I got bored of that real quick.
I just got annoyed.
It depends on the sim. If I have, like, a really career motivated person, or if I have a lot of sims in the household, I don't have laundry. But if I just have one person or a stay-at-home parent...
No, the problem for me is that it's still broken. Yeah. Like, sometimes I will put laundry in the washing machine, and then once it's finished, you can't do anything with it except set it down on the ground. Because it's bugged.
So I figured out a couple of workarounds. So number one,
always use the clothes dryer, like the clothesline.
And I always upgrade mine right away, so they're fully maxed out, fully upgraded. I only put a laundry basket right next to the laundry machines or the wire. I only put them there. I don't put them in the rooms, because I've noticed that if I have multiple laundry baskets, especially in different levels, it just doesn't work. But if I just have one laundry basket right next to where the clothes are being washed, all the clothes in the household go into that laundry basket, and it works a little bit better. But again, it's kind of silly that we have to sacrifice realism for game mechanics.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's hard, because it's like, how much bullshit game mechanics do we have to put up with in Sims 3? At the end, when you have every pack, do you have fucking fairies flying over, you have people Back to the Future, you have zombies coming out of the woodwork, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is kind of how it gets to the end. Like, when you start to reach the end of the life cycle of a Sims game, there's just chaos.
It's just
That's
too much
just
shit.
Yeah, it's just how it is. So
I mean, if you want to talk chaos, the werewolf pack.
Okay, so I did not
They're
get this
terrifying.
pack.
I didn't get either because I didn't like them in the first place.
Yeah, the cast and the world and the build buy was not interesting to me. Like, I like the tattoos and the jewelry, but
The
I'm like,
jewelry is really nice.
am I really gonna spend this much money for a couple of tattoos and a earring? Like, you know what I mean? Just kind of silly. And then once I started watching the gameplay videos and realized they could fucking pee everywhere, they could eat furniture, they could go into rage mode and just destroy things. I was like,
so weird.
Do I want this in my gameplay? No, thank
They're
you.
like giant puppies, and it was awkward.
I think I mentioned this when we were, because Vanity and I did the episode, and she was like, you're gonna have to convince me to buy it, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to be responsible for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be responsible for that.
And she did.
But I mentioned it, like, once you become a werewolf and you get like these like traits, like so like the curses from spellcasters, but these are traits that you acquire, and mine had a sensitivity to sound. I could not go anywhere because my werewolf would jump into a rage because it just, even the slightest sound would like build rage really quickly. And he was just constantly freaked out because he has sensitivity to sound. Like,
and see, like that whole concept for me, I have anxiety. When I play games, it's escapism, right? I want to be calm. And so that's why I tend to play like families or like a nice sim, like a baker. You know what I mean? Just like I tend to play like kind of happy storylines.
Yep. Like someone who makes money while baking wedding cakes and then selling them to bakeries. That sounds so...
I know, that sounds so fun.
I feel about werewolves how I feel about Vlad. Like, you don't need to be here.
No. Like, when they did the sensitivity, I know that there are people out there who have a sensitivity, who have, like, auditory sensitivity and get very overwhelmed by a lot of loud noises. But this basically came to the point where it was so crippling that I could not do anything anymore. And, like, at least give us fucking earplugs then.
Yeah, right? Like, give him a solution, or like have him go calm down in the mirror. But from what I've seen of gameplay, that really doesn't work as well on the werewolf sims.
No, it doesn't.
So I get it. There are like chaos players out there who are like, hell yeah, like give me all the drama.
Yeah.
So I think it has its place. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It just doesn't suit my gameplay style.
They were like stereotypical werewolves, and I think I had this conversation with Julia, I can't remember, but it's like when you have the vampires versus werewolves thing, there's like a little hint of racism there. Because like the vampires are always like white and sophisticated and the werewolves are sometimes like very ethnic and savage and everything, and like and this is the same thing that you can yeah, and this is the same thing you can find back like in the game. If you're a werewolf, you start off with like a negative relationship with everybody that you meet. You have to convince them like, oh no, I'm not gonna try to eat your face. I'm a good werewolf. And
I'm not gonna piss on your leg.
Yeah, it's like a little problem.
Oh my god. That's a really valid point. That's very valid. That's really gross. Okay, I'm really glad I didn't get the werewolf. I haven't looked, I just watched a couple of like James Turner videos and I haven't really looked at who's there, but you're right, that is.
And also apparently like the lycanthropy thing is not as much a curse as it is like a viral disease that you could catch by running around in the sewers. What was it called again?
Are you serious?
Werebees.
What?
Werebees. It's called werebees. It's like rabies but werebees. And if you don't get it cured, then you can turn into a werewolf.
I thought it was like the mermaid, where you have to seek it out. Oh, see, that's another.
You mean you can, but if you like go explore in the sewers, there's a very good chance that you like touch something yucky, and then you come up and like, oh, you got werebees. Better go get your werebee shot.
Ew. Ew.
On that note,
but it's like literally a shot because you have to go to the bartender and order like a drink.
Oh my god, that's so lazy. Are you kidding me?
Get it? It's a shot.
Oh my god. Could they be lazier? I'm sorry. The bar, really? See, that's the other thing about Get to Work that bothers me so much. I wish you could go to the hospital when you're sick. Why didn't they invent that mechanic? You just have to buy medicine off the computer?
Yeah.
It's like, if you have swirls and stuff, like how come when you're a doctor you can treat those people,
Yeah,
but
you
as a
can't
sim
go
you
to the
can't go to the doctor?
hospital.
You only go there to give birth. It's so dumb.
And it's super. And giving birth is the most awkward thing I've ever seen ever. I don't like it.
Yes.
God, why
And
do
I
you need a
always
whisk
give
for
birth.
that? Why do you need a whisk? I don't get it.
Yes.
Like, one
Or
of
then
those things that comes out
die,
is like,
the sim dies, they
I'm
take the
like,
heart out and then they put the heart back in. And I always go to the hospital because I always want the birth certificate. And you can't
terrifying.
get it unless you go
Yeah,
to the hospital.
you have
So
to go to the
It's just
hospital.
awkward
I don't
having
do it
parents.
anymore. I don't do it
No.
anymore because also they give you have to make sure that you have like the bassinet that you want ready, or they put you in like the ugly base game ones.
Yep.
On that note, guys, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. We should probably wrap it up. We've been talking for an hour and a half.
Anyway, it's so good
Plus
to be
the
back.
2 hours we talked about before.
I know, it's getting late. Noon. Well, it's good to be back. I don't know how often I'm going to be recording, but I will say I've learned through the pandemic and years now of therapy and getting a new job and buying a house. I've had a lot of positive changes in my life. I'm very excited, and remodeling the house and la la la. But I've realized hobbies are very important. If you do not have a hobby right now and you're still an essential worker and just like hating your life, hobbies are amazing and they feed your soul. And I've just been like, my job is much less demanding. I'm not an essential worker anymore. And so I fucking
Same.
clock out at 4:30 and I'm done. I have nothing to bring home. I'm just like, yep, that was my job. I have the entire evening. I can make dinner tonight. This is great. But yeah, I just kind of I've been pursuing other hobbies and wanted to come back to this, and it's been very good for like my soul, you know, my like mental health, is like having hobbies that aren't monetized, that aren't benefiting, like
There's no
hustle
pressure
culture, pressure. It's just good things that make me happy.
And like, it is definitely a privilege to be able to do that.
Yes.
But if you're in the situation where you feel like you have no way to unwind, try to find something, even if it's just the smallest thing, because you know there's only one you, and if that one's broken, there, you know, that's a problem.
And at the end of the day, live for yourself, not other people, because you only get one life. And at the end of the day, if you live your life for other people, then what are you gonna do?
I mean, I very much live for other people because I have a very small family, and then when I lost my grandma, that became even more important to me. But especially my mom is going through a lot of like bullshit with the inheritance with her half brother, whom she hasn't seen in like decades, and just
my
an
God,
asshole. Yes. So I'm very much the type, like, I want to be able to help wherever, but my therapist did make me realize that, you know, people can't lean on a broken pillar. So
that's what my therapist talked to me about too. It's like, if you're empty and broken,
you can't help
people the way you need to. And that's what made me quit my essential worker job. I mean, I told the boss that. I was like, I'm not a human right now. I am a husk of a person, because the last, whatever, 2-3 years, 2 years at that point, like, I have literally not even eaten a meal. You know what I mean? I haven't gone to the bathroom when I had to go to the bathroom. It was all about accommodating work and family and everybody else, the whole world, during the pandemic, right?
You can't fill someone else's cup if your cup is empty. You can't fill from an empty cup.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, even if you can't change your job or anything, obviously it's not realistic, but just finding those little moments and doing that one thing that, even if no one knows about it, even
that
if it's
helps
just
you recharge.
Yes. It's just that soul feeding thing. And then I just feel like my perspective on life has been so different since I've been like doing stuff for myself, because I'm not that way. You know what I mean? When you're like an empathetic person, you don't do anything for yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, no, everyone else is important. I don't matter.
Boundaries are super important in therapy.
I think that's something that the pandemic has in a way helped with, like, to make, like, maybe force people to take care of themselves first for a change.
I think it did. I think it just laid it
out. A
out.
lot of people were in the situation where they were trapped in the same house with like their abuser and stuff, which was not ideal. But a lot of people were also cut off from abusers.
True. Yeah.
Like, I heard people talking about, like, I haven't seen my family in months and I've never felt better, because I've never before realized how draining they were and stuff like that. And I'm like, I mean, if it took a pandemic to make you realize that you're better off with like low contact or no contact, do you?
Yeah. I think that's kind of what the pandemic did. Yeah, literally. It kind of, that's what I always say. It's like it kind of laid things out. It was stuff we all knew and we were aware of in our like cultural zeitgeist or whatever.
Yeah.
But it just kind of put it right in front of your face and said, hey, this is the shit you have to deal with. It's like,
it put you to the front and went like, you can't look past it anymore.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry we're talking about the pandemic. I know we're trying to like be positive and move away from it, but that's where I've been dealing with the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to be back. I feel like so
excited you're back,
happy.
Mars. Like,
I had no idea you guys even wanted me back.
That's what I reached out like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Mars,
and I feel so bad because I reached out to you on Instagram and then you replied and then I typed out this whole reply and I forgot to press enter to send it and I didn't realize it until like 8 months later. Like, oh
no! I don't know if I realized how much I missed this dynamic a little bit. I feel like this feels like the beginning all over again. You know, like
it really does.
But also, this is going to be, like, your opportunity to also maybe record with some of the other girls. Because, like, I've started, like, recording with, like, Jessica, Jennifer. And, like, these girls are great. How did I not know this? And, like, that was what the teams were kind of restricting a little bit. 100%. Which I'm glad we'd, like, done away with. But I'm also really happy to have you back and, like, have us three here again. Because, let's face it, you girls are great, and I missed having the two of you.
There's just something about this dynamic that just works. And it was the second we started recording.
We were
like, what is this dynamic? I think it was us that unconsciously made the teams because we just instantly clicked so well.
I love you guys, and I love the listeners, and I'm happy that I get to record as much as I mean, I'm not on as many episodes, especially like main ones. I'm on a lot of bonus ones, which you would not hear unless you're part of our Patreon. I love it. I missed it, and I will try to be better at being on things.
I feel like I'm probably gonna do more of the editing role, and it's kind of like when you need me, I'll hop on.
Yeah,
but I missed editing. Honestly, I really love editing the podcast, so I was like, hey,
edit this.
I think Jen and Jess are gonna be very happy to hear that.
Yeah, I still have my OBS and all my shit. So
there we go.
Yay!
But let's so if you want to hear more about us and maybe revisit some of the older episodes that Mars and Vanity and I did, you can find those on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow us on the social medias, which is Plumbobcast on Instagram and Twitter, Plumbob Podcast on Reddit, Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. Mars, go check out our amazing new website that Julia made. I think she's gonna like fix it so that you're back on there as well. That's plumbobcast.com. There's our email, which hasn't changed, which is undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. We have merch. We have new merch. You should check out the merch. It's so
nice.
good. And there's our Patreon, patreon.com/plumbobcast. We have the Broke Newbie family, which is the $1 tier, which gives you access to our private Discord to chat with us and the fellow Simazins and the team members. And then there's the Top Hat Money tier, the $3 tier, which gets you all of the above plus a monthly bonus. So if you want to hear us talk about Twilight or read Am I the Assholes, or Vanity and I did a Spooky Spaghetti one, which is super fun.
Where she scared the shit out of me, so I was so disturbed by that story with this experiment.
The Russian sleep experiment. Yeah, that was so weird. And then you read the one about the hoodie that was just so bad.
It was great, okay?
It was hilarious.
Was great.
It was
the haunted hoodie. It just ended.
The haunted hoodie.
It just abruptly ended.
I love that we've kept our prices the same because, like, obviously I've consumed a lot of fucking podcasts the last couple of years. And I feel like there's one that I follow that isn't even a good podcast. Like, I'll be honest with you, they're not even that good. And the cheapest tier they have is like $15.
Jesus,
like,
no.
You're not that good. Like,
I actually went over my Patreons with like the things that I was following, and I just started like canceling a bunch of them because I'm like, honestly, it's not my budget anymore, but it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about all the Patreon drama. Did you guys talk? I didn't listen
about like
payments, about the creators, the paywalls and everything.
Yeah. That was
drama.
But if you want something fun on Patreon to look forward to, we are now in the last round of voting on what basically I'm going to start streaming more regularly, but it was going to be an MMO because I did the charity stream and I streamed WoW for like 8 hours and it was super fun. So I put the polls up on the Patreon and asked the Patreons what they wanted me to play, World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy. It turned out to be Final Fantasy XIV, and they helped me pick a class, and we are now in the last round of deciding which race I'm going to play, and so far it's like 50-50 between the dragon girls and the bunny girls, so if you want to see something else, maybe go join the Patreon and vote on it, but hopefully hopefully in February we can start the Final Fantasy XIV adventure together, and that's going to be a long ass ride, people. I'm just going to tell you now, it's going to be a long ass ride.
I'm going to hear for it. I love watching people play video games, so I am.
I was going to say, me too. Yep. Content.
I'm probably also going to like put up some other polls concerning the game, like what alternate jobs or whatever I should pick, or crafting or gathering I should pick. So if you want to be a part of that decision process, maybe like join the Patreon. Should be fun.
That's so cute. I love it. So
if
fun.
I'm not mistaken, what's our next bonus gonna be? We were talking about it.
I think it's Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, it's another Am I the Asshole, but like relationship edition because it's Valentine's
Day edition.
Yeah.
Oh, fun!
Yeah,
oh my god!
So if you guys want to listen to some relationship drama, maybe go check out the Patreon, and we'll see you there.
All right. Well, guys, it's been real. It's been awesome. Save your game if you're playing. Welcome to the choo-choo train.
Yes.
Save your game.
Drink your water.
Drink your water. And
yes. And take care of you.
Yes. And any of your chickens. Because eggs are in a shortage. Okay. So, and now back to the real world. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.